Welcome. My name is Elena Brower. I am a very, very proud doTERRA leader. On this call today, we have several different teams. This is all about MetaPWR, your metabolic health, and all of the various products in MetaPWR. I personally have had staggering results. I am now 52 years old. I am pretty sure that I'm menopausal now. Sorry for the TMI, but MetaPWR has completely changed my body, my mind, my mood in many ways, many more than one way. I will talk to you about my personal results at the end of this talk. So I have just put into the chat a Google Doc. This will be also placed underneath this video as well, so you can follow along. This Google Doc will have incredible notes for you to take for yourself, to use in your sharing with your teams, with your people, with your customers, with your parents, with anyone in your life who's having any sort of metabolic issue whatsoever. Let's get started. Why is metabolic health important? There are 6.8% of the adults in the United States of America have well-optimized metabolic health, cardiometabolic health. The rest of us do not. That is more than 90% of people do not have optimal metabolic health. Why is that important? And I am reading from doTERRA's lovely materials. Okay. Good metabolic health means your body can digest and absorb nutrients from food with healthy, stable levels of blood sugar, blood fat, and insulin. Fluctuations in these levels are, of course, natural, but it is important to avoid the big spikes in these levels: blood sugar, blood fat, insulin. Why? Because those spikes age our bodies. So let's turn to our notes in the Google Doc. 4 pillars of quality for doTERRA, which is why I'm here, why I've always been here, why I've never left, why I will not leave, why I started in the first place. Chemistry is the first pillar, and that covers both purity and consistency, 1 and 2. The second pillar is healthy outcomes, and that covers pillars 3 and 4, which are potency and efficacy. At every turn in the road since I started working with doTERRA, teaching the oils and selling the products myself, at every turn, I have been exceedingly impressed by the extraordinary attention to science, chemistry, detail. This is why I'm here. The importance of your metabolic health, however, in your optimal cellular health is critical. As we've just mentioned before, your epigenetic health, not your genetics, your epigenetic health determines your biological age. That means your choices of movement and food and environment are what determine your biological age. Yes, if you have genetic predisposition, propensities towards certain things based on, for example, I just went to get my mammogram and sonogram yesterday. I do it every year. Mom had breast cancer, 49 years old, always reminded of this. Oh, that makes me more likely to, 23%, by the way, more likely to be at risk. So I have to also get an MRI every year. Your risk factors matter, but your personal choices on a day-to-day basis matter more. If you are subjecting your body to lots of mood shifts, whoa. If you are constantly putting sugar in your body and creating these very steep spikes in blood glucose levels, if you are not getting enough exercise, you are not subjecting your body to what are known as adversity mimetics, such as weight training, cold showers, lots of sweating, intermittent fasting, make your body a little hungry. If you're not subjecting your body to those adversity mimetics, you're probably aging faster than you need to. This is really important to this conversation. If you keep your body guessing, I'm not going to eat until noon, I'm not going to eat until 1, I might take my little MetaPWR sachet and some water, your cells will stay younger. If you entertain ease and laziness and fullness all the time, I'm not saying don't do that, but some of the time, if you entertain that all of the time, your DNA begins to lose their shape. Young cells have very neat, tight little bundles of DNA, what's called the histone tail, wraps up really nice and neatly. If you do have a chance and you're having access to the convention talks, Dr. Hill's Saturday, September 17th talk, epic. Older cells, as we age, these cells begin to lose their identity. That little tail begins to unwind, frays. There are breaks in the code. That's known as exposure. All of these notes are in the Google Doc. That exposure, those breaks, those frayed edges, that's aging. Keep this in mind when we talk about this little magical sachet a little bit later. Let's first talk about the blend. I want to be very efficient with our time here. I'm aiming for 30 to 40 minutes. MetaPWR blend comes in 15 ml. It comes in the satiety gum and it comes in the soft gels, comes in the beadlets as well. 4 products. Prevents lipid droplet accumulation in your body. So your body slows the process. Beadlets, the oil. Your body slows the process of turning energy or food into mature adipose or fat cells, period. Less mature adipose tissue, younger body. This blend is in every MetaPWR creation, including the sachets as well. But the most important thing that Dr. Hill talked about on Saturday the 17th is right here. Essential oils help communication between the cells in your body. They don't add something to your body. They help your body do what it needs to do naturally. They help the cells communicate with each other naturally. They help this cell, which knows what to do, tell this other cell what to do, which doesn't know, so that your cells can stay healthy and round and plump and ready for whatever comes. The cells that have faulty code can then remove themselves from the equation. That's called apoptosis. If your cells cannot communicate well, which is what the oils help them do, they don't know what to do. They begin to fail. Their function breaks down. They proliferate their failure. That becomes disease. That becomes aging. All essential oils of doTERRA's quality elicit these pathways to help your cells communicate along so the proper cascade of chemistry can be initiated and you stay well. That's, I don't like to use the word magic loosely. That's why doTERRA's oils work, because they are helping the cells communicate. Let's go to the assist, which is the capsule. Looks like a capsule with sort of a light tan powder inside. And I'll tell you what's in there in just a moment. That capsule works to slow the process of turning food into glucose as well. It's less specifically about fat and more about your glucose spikes at meal times. Okay. So the oil, soft gels, beadlets, satiety gum is much more about preventing that lipid droplet accumulation in your body that matures the adipose tissue into fat cells. This is about preventing glucose spikes. Formulated to help smooth out the spikes in normal range blood sugar around meal times. Blood sugar levels are, of course, one of the most significant markers of your health. As we said, these levels naturally fluctuate depending on food, depending on activity patterns. When I wore my CGM, continuous glucose monitor, I noted that when I would work out, especially with weight training and not heavy weights, I have all my weights right there. The biggest one is 20 kilos for deadlifting. I noticed that when I would eat a big meal after a workout, there was less of a blood sugar spike than if I didn't work out. So just keep that in mind. Over time, continuous spikes in your blood sugar or elevated blood sugar patterns and levels have permanent consequences on your body, exactly like a car. If you're constantly gassing and braking really fast, you're going to wear out the functions of that car much more readily. You're going to lose value on that car, and you're going to need repairs a lot quicker. Your body's exactly the same. This capsule features mulberry, leaf extract, berberine, both of which have been shown to reduce normal range blood sugar post-meal spikes by 42%. These are on human trials, real double-blinded human trials, more to come. This is best taken, this is the Assist, the capsule, best taken before or with your meal, your biggest meal of the day. Just one is all you need. MetaPWR Assist capsule helps your body metabolize what you're eating much more slowly, easing that spike and enhancing your longevity. Everyone can benefit from better glucose control. Okay, this paragraph is a really good high-level paragraph for your sharing, terse, brief sharing. This product helps with that challenge of glucose control in two ways. It decreases the absorption of carbohydrates into the bloodstream, and it also increases your cellular sensitivity to insulin, whether produced by your own pancreas or delivered through injection, as with type 1 diabetes. Of course, the caveat that you are expecting, any diabetic should follow the counsel of their physician when using products such as this. Okay, boom. Pardon. Let's go to the advantage, shall we? I just had one in my team call, so I'm not going to have another one because I like to have one a day. Comes out, it's a beautiful color. It's not dissimilar to the color of the rose gold MacBook Air that I'm working on right now. Stir it up. When you have it, you'll have it soon. You'll see little green flecks, that's chlorophyll in there. I'll tell you exactly what's in it in a moment. This collagen powder sachet works to raise levels of NAD in your body. Nicotinamide adenosine. Hold on, I have it a little farther down in the document. Pardon me. Nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. Nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. Okay. NAD is one of the most important things. We start losing it in our 20s. I was just telling my team, looking at my 16-year-old boy, it doesn't matter what he eats, how much he sleeps, he's beaming from the inside. Look at any healthy teenager, healthy, happy teenager. They beam, they can take anything in, they have high levels of NAD. By the time we're 30, we're starting to lose it already. There are scientific human trials that have been done to show that this product raises the levels of NAD in your body. Here's why it matters to your longevity. The key ingredients in this particular product give your cells what they need to combat cellular deterioration. This is the kind of high level, nice sharing piece. The result of taking this product, and this I've been taking now for 2.5 months, slower aging, reversed biological aging, we can say this, firmer and more elastic skin. I have no filter, no makeup. I feel like I've never looked better, more clear in my life. Improved cognitive function, more lean muscle and connective tissue. I'm fascinated. I'm extraordinarily impressed by the results that I'm seeing in myself. Remember from earlier, we're now on the 3rd page of the document. Young cells have neat little tight bundles of DNA. Older cells lose their identity, breaks in the DNA. This is called exposure. That exposure is aging. Keep this in mind. Sirtuins are messenger protein. Basically, they're longevity genes. They communicate with your DNA. The spelling is Sirtuins if you're not looking at the Google Doc. They communicate with your DNA and they support DNA integrity. When your lifestyle choices or emotional responses compromise your metabolic health, and both can and do. If you're super stressed out, your metabolic health is compromised. NAD production is diminished. And sirtuins are dependent on NAD, and they also are diminished when NAD levels drop. Okay? These longevity genes, these sirtuins, they help tell your DNA what to do. We need them. We need NAD levels high so that those levels can be high. The cells do two functions in your body. They replicate and they communicate. Sick cells do it if they're not told what to do. Healthy cells do it. Metabolic oxidation occurs in the presence of, as we said, internal emotional stressors, external factors, food, trauma. These are real. These cause, and here's how that works, these cause metabolic cellular errors in your DNA. Faulty code, that's exposure. That's what's known as exposure. The precursor for hastened aging on the cellular level is that exposure. This is how Advantage works. Chemistry buffs. Give me 1 second to just talk chemistry. It contains a compound, a little molecule known as NMN. It stands for nicotinamide mononucleotide. Nicotinamide mononucleotide. It's a molecule that naturally occurs in all life forms. It is the precursor to NAD. And at the molecular level, NMN is a ribonucleotide, meaning it's a basic, if you remember from chemistry, it's a basic structural unit of the nucleic acid RNA. And structurally, the molecule is composed of a nicotinamide group, a ribose, and a phosphate group. If you loved chemistry as much as I did, you're excited right now. NMN is the direct precursor to the molecule NAD, and it is considered a key component to increase NAD levels in the body. And this is one of the main ingredients in this collagen sachet, NMN. With more NMN, you're enhancing the function of all the mitochondria in your cells, those energy centers. NMN is fuel for your sirtuins, your messenger molecules, messenger proteins that help your cells know what to do and when. Very specifically, raising your NAD levels. Okay, here's the big cellular picture for you. It removes the acetyl group, ACETYL, that attaches itself to the histone tail. When the histone tail gets unwound, an acetyl group attaches. That's what causes aging. That's how it starts. NAD levels, raising it, removes that little acetyl group from the histone tail and then winds up the tail super, super tightly, protecting your DNA from further exposure. It's unbelievable to understand that and to really be able to visualize that in my body. The collagen is marine sourced, which is also scientifically proven 12 times more bioavailable than bovine collagen. This is not meant to be heated. So this doesn't go in your coffee, doesn't go in your tea, doesn't go in your warm latte. This goes in water only. And I'll show you what it looks like. I'll pour it into my glass for you. Comes out looking pretty white, but when you pour it, it gets pretty pink, like the rose gold. Isn't that beautiful? I will drink some. Collagen it's so delicious too. Collagen is the most abundant protein in the body. Performs very important roles across its 28 different types. MetaPWR, contrary to what most collagens has 9 different types. Okay, and I've listed them all. Collagen type 1 is related to skin. Type 2 related to bone protection, main component of cartilage. Collagen type 4, main protein of the basement membrane, connecting the dermis and the epidermis, forming a network structure to make the basement membrane malleable. Type 5, related to the regular arrangement of collagen fibers, stabilizing the structures of type 1 and type 2 collagen. Type 6 maintains mechanical function in the cell, supporting both muscle function and cell membrane integrity. Additionally, this collagen type inhibits oxidative damage and apoptosis of healthy cells. Collagen type 9 is an important component of cartilage and mainly distributed in the cartilage cells of growth plates, joints, intervertebral discs. Hi. So important. And collagen type 25 inhibits the fibrillation of amyloid beta peptide. What does that mean? Amyloid plaques are what build up in your body and cause all sorts of cardiac issues. Collagen 1A2 is collagen fibrillin. And finally, vacuolar protein sorting 37A type collagen is involved in cell growth and differentiation. Our collagen is sustainably sourced from harvested cold water marine fish, has been pre-digested by endo and exonuclease enzyme known as protease. These enzymes create small tripeptide fragments of 3 amino acid sequences for what does all this mean? Optimal bioavailability, optimal absorption. Other collagens in the market, whether they're from land animals or marine sources, typically contain tripeptide content of about 15 to 35%. MetaPWR contains more than 70%. Okay, superior absorption. Contains all these different types of collagen. It is gluten-free. It is soy-free. It is dairy-free. It is glyphosate-free, sugar-free, corn-free. And it also contains liposomal vitamin C, sea buckthorn fruit extract, NMN enriched yeast, red orange fruit extract, hyaluronic acid, grapefruit, lemon, peppermint, ginger, and cinnamon. By the way, I am gluten-free forever. This is fine for me. It's been almost 3 months. As you can see. At the end of this piece, I gave you some talking points, which I think are really useful. I hope they are for you and for your teams. LLV supports cell structure and function through micronutrients. This is important because LLV and MetaPWR help each other. This is number 6 on the Google Doc. So LLV supports by adding micronutrients, important micronutrients that we now do not get from the soil that we should be getting, but we're not. MetaPWR optimizes the metabolism, all the macronutrients you take in, your carbs, your proteins, your fats, for metabolic optimization. Essential oils support, as we said before, so importantly, chemical communication to upregulate or downregulate specific pathways so that your cells can communicate with each other effectively. Okay, that's what we're doing here. These are the 3 powerhouse offerings that you and I have to the people we care about in our lives. Do not put any attention on the people who give you a hard time for being in direct sales. We are the lucky ones. We are the ones who get to share our results and what we know directly with the people that we care about. That is a lucky position to be in. We do not have to go through a store. We do not have to go on a truck. We do not have to deal with anyone else. We get to teach from our hearts and our experiences directly to the people we care about and their people. We are very lucky. LLV, MetaPWR, and the oils. We will be so held sharing these 3 arms of our work with our people. At the very bottom of the document, number 7, I mention again Dr. Hill's talk from Saturday of convention. If you're a leader and you have a convention ticket and you have people on your teams who don't, organize a watch party. Watch Dr. Hill on Saturday the 17th. It's a 30-minute talk. It was amazing. And additionally, I would say just for this particular purpose, while all of convention was absolutely riveting and captivating, Dr. Nicole Stevens' talk on Friday the 16th was also equally edifying. And I would recommend watching that too with your team. Also similar length, 20, 30 minutes. And finally, at the bottom of the document, I did link some resources for you. I made bit.ly links for some of these things for my team. Feel free to use the bit.ly link or follow it and go to the, you'll see the proper doTERRA link at the top. The very first one, ebook from doTERRA, incredible. The very second one is the quick link to doTERRA class materials. So you can teach when you're ready. It's 2 pages, super easy. I recommend printing them out, just like having them out, wherever you sit for a few days, really take it all in. The third, your virtual class, longer, beautiful, well-written. Very few things I would change, and that's rare. Number 4 on the bottom there under resources, your team challenge. So I'm going to take my team through this challenge in November so that they can see how it helps with the big meals as the holidays befall us. Okay. This is an incredible document, many pages with checklists and all kinds of accountability pages, routines for how and when to take all the different things, the gum, the soft gels, the beadlets, the oil, the advantage, and the assist capsules. Number 5 has your doTERRA virtual marketing kit. They've given everything to us. They have left nothing out. We are completely equipped. If you don't share MetaPWR, it is not for a lack of resources and materials this time. We have it all. And finally, number 6, I included the presentation documents from day 1. All the presentation PDFs from doTERRA are included in that link there. Okay. All of the documents. Okay, let me give you the Google Doc one more time. I am seeing you late to the party. I love you too. Life really is happening around here too. Okay, click on that. Scroll all the way to the bottom of the Google Doc and you will see all of those numbered, very clear, laid out for you. What I did, and this is sort of my parenthetical final word here, because I want to keep this short. All I did was I went into all of the doTERRA materials. I went into doTERRA MetaPWR on the doTERRA site, not anybody else's site. I looked at all those materials, the FAQ, it's all there. Don't be overwhelmed by the amount of information. Then I went into the digital marketing kit. I went back and watched the talks from convention, just a couple of them, the ones that I mentioned, Dr. Nicole on Friday, Dr. Hill on Saturday. And I spent about maybe 2 hours on Sunday morning, just synthesizing everything in a Google Doc. And that's a doc that you now have and can feel free, share it with anyone you want. It's not fancy, there are no pictures on it, but it is how my brain works. And it's exactly what I've just shared with you. I want to emphasize lastly, the great good fortune that we have to be involved with a company of this integrity, of this scientific integrity, of this sourcing integrity, of this giving integrity. There were so many moments of total reality during this weekend convention. I felt more connected to the purpose than ever. And the purpose is to help people heal. Whoever you care about, give yourself a month, give yourself the month of October to have the products and feel the results. Join and create, for those of you leaders, create a challenge for your team in the month of November so that even when the holidays start to creep in, you guys are on task. You're taking care of your body. Even when you have a big ass meal, even when you have a giant pizza, take the assist. See how much better you feel. See how much more easily assimilated it is. And remember that you are here to help the people heal. That's all you're here to do. You have 3 ways to do it. You have the LLV. Get everyone you love on LLV. Everyone I know who is on it is happier. They feel better in their bodies. They feel better in their moods, better in their skin. MetaPWR, the second, help your people have better metabolic health. The 90+% of people in the United States of America alone who have poor metabolic health, help them. And the oils to help all of your cells communicate and know what they have to do. They already know what they have to do. They have just forgotten. All three of these ways to help your people heal will help those cells remember their function and do so efficiently. I'm really happy to be here with you guys and to serve so many of you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching this. Thank you so much. Any questions, feel free to let me know.